Hello everyone, my name is drgdsharma and you are watching English, and in this video we are going to explain some of the punctuation marks that are frequently asked in examinations. You will also get to know how to use them correctly and what specific purposes they have when it comes to writing something. So the use of punctuation or the correct use of punctuation marks have lot to do with your writing skills as well. This also comes in the category of grammatically correct structures. So let's start the video. So punctuation is very important aspect of a written expressions. Their role in spoken English is negligible. However, in as far as written expression is concerned, they play a very important role in order to make our expression comprehensible. If we don't know how to use them properly, or if we are not able to apply these punctuation marks correctly, appropriately, a written expression is going to be wasted. We may not be understood as such, or we may be misinterpreted, or we may miss the beat of our expression. So, the very first punctuation mark that we are dealing with is colon. So, colon, as we know, it can be identified by this mark. When we use two dots vertically, it is called colon. The simplest of use is to introduce an explanation or further details. To introduce an explanation. When we want to give certain kind of explanation, so we can use this mark, this punctuation mark, colon. Not only the explanation part, but we can also introduce further details. Sometimes we have to give the additional or further details to certain thing. So we can use this mark as well. For example, we decided not to go to Mexico, colon, we had too little money. So this is the kind of explanation we are giving for not going to Mexico. Why we could not go to Mexico? Because we had insufficient money. So we are introducing this explanation only with the help of this colon. We could have used the conjunction because as well, but we can do without using because by simply using this punctuation mark, that is colon. Now let us take the example of introducing further details. There was a problem with the car, colon. It was losing oil. So this is the further information, further detail of the problem with the car. So the first explanation or the first usage of colon is to introduce an explanation or to add further details to certain thing, जैसा हमने इन दोनों sentences में किया हुआ है. Second use of colon is it is used to introduce a list. When we wish to introduce a list to certain thing, we can use colon. For example, the main ingredients of the recipe are as follow, colon. Now we can introduce the list of the ingredients like rice and salt and water and edible oil. So when we are trying to cook something and then we are preparing a recipe and we have to show or introduce a list that is used for this kind of recipe. We can introduce this list with the help of this colon. The main ingredients of the recipe are as follows: rice, salt, water and edible oil. We can take yet another example. We need three kinds of support: colon, social, political and religious. So this is the list of the three kinds of support. We can introduce it with the help of this colon. The third use of colon is when we make subdivisions. So it is used to introduce a subdivision of a subject in the title or heading. Like when we are talking about punctuation, so we are introducing the subdivision like colon. So we have started teaching punctuation, and in this punctuation topic we are using first of all colon. So it can be introduced with the help of this colon. Or sometimes we use for subtitle like Othello, the Moor of Venice. So here the subtitle is introduced with the help of this colon. So it is used for introducing subdivision of some title or some subject or some heading, or it can be used for subtitle, introducing the subtitle of some title. The next use of colon is in direct speech. When this direct speech is introduced by a name or short phrase. To introduce the direct speech, by a name or short phrase. For example, when we take the dialogue of some characters, like we take the example from Hamlet. Polonius says to Hamlet, so Polonius, colon, what do you read, my lord? Then Hamlet answers, words, words, words. So when we use dialogue form, we can also use this colon to introduce the direct speech. We can use a short phrase as well. For example, in the words of Murphy's law, colon, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So we can use a kind of quotation after a short phrase with the help of this colon. So basically colon can be used to introduce an explanation or to add further details. It can use to introduce certain list. It can also be used to introduce a subtitle or the subdivision of some heading or title, and it can also be used for introducing a direct speech after name or some short phrase. The second punctuation mark we are going to explain is semicolon. The mark of semicolon is dot and comma underneath. The first use of semicolon is to join two grammatically independent clauses. Normally we use conjunctions to use independent clauses. इंडिपेंडेंट क्लॉजेस कहाँ आती हैं आपकी कंपाउंड सेंटेंसेस में इंडिपेंडेंट क्लॉजेस आती है सो इन ऑर्डर टू मेक अ कंपाउंड सेंटेंस वी नॉर्मली यूज conjunctions like and, but, or, not only but also. These kind of conjunctions are normally used. But sometimes we can use merely a semicolon to join two grammatically independent clauses. आपको ये चीज़ ध्यान में रखनी पड़ेगी कि आप जो क्लॉजेज जोड़ते हैं इससे सेमीकोलन से वो इंडिपेंडेंट यानी जिनको आप पैरेलल क्लॉजेज या फिर प्रिंसिपल क्लॉजेज कह सकते हो जो कोऑर्डिनेटिंग कंजंक्शंस के थ्रू जोड़ी जाती हैं जो अपने आप में इंडिपेंडेंट होती हैं. दे कैन स्टैंड ऑन देयर ओन. दे हैव देयर particular complete meaning. So these two clauses can be joined with the help of this semicolon. For example, some people work best in the mornings, semicolon. Others do better in the evenings. So these two clauses, they are independent clauses. First clause, some people work best in the mornings. It is complete in itself. If we use this as a sentence, it has its complete meaning. Others do better in the evenings. This clause also has complete meaning in itself. These clauses do not require each other to complete their meaning. They are merely joined in order to make a one sentence. नॉर्मल कंडीशन में हम क्या करते, हम बट का यूज कर सकते थे, एंड का यूज कर सकते थे, कोई सर्टेन कोऑर्डिनेटिंग कंजंक्शन हम लगाते इन क्लॉजेस को जोड़ने के लिए. बट कोऑर्डिनेटिंग कंजंक्शन की जगह हम सेमीकोलन भी लगा सकते हैं टू इंडिपेंडेंट क्लॉजेस को जोड़ने के लिए. लेट अस टेक वन मोर एग्जांपल. इट इज अ फाइन आइडिया. लेट अस होप दैट इट इज गोइंग टू वर्क. सो इट इज अ फाइन आइडिया. इट इज कंप्लीट इन इटसेल्फ. Let us hope that it is going to work. It is also a complete clause. And we are joining these two clauses with the help of this semicolon. इसकी जगह हम and भी use कर सकते थे या कोई और coordinating conjunction use कर सकते थे. So the important thing when it comes to use semicolon is to replace coordinating conjunction. आप इस तरह से भी लिख सकते हैं इसको. To replace coordinating conjunction. One thing is to be noticed here. When we add two independent balanced clauses with the help of this semicolon, so we won't start with capital letter. इसके बाद की clause हमेशा small letter में ही use होगी, just like here and here. So the most important use of semicolon is to join two clauses which are balanced or contradictory. Like some people work best in mornings and others do better in the evenings. So these are two contradictory clauses, but they are balanced. They have their complete meaning in themselves. And the second thing which is to be kept in mind very carefully, when we use semicolon, we don't have to use any other conjunction. कभी आपने semicolon भी use किया और and भी use किया, so या तो वो conjunction ही use होगा या फिर semicolon ही use होगा. Second important use of semicolon is to divide the items of the list which are too many and they have internal punctuation. When we are introducing a list, so we can use colon. But when in the introduced list there are further items to divide and they have their internal punctuation marks as well. So we can separate the items of the list with the help of semicolon. कई बार एक लिस्ट में कुछ 3-4 आइटम्स ही नहीं बल्कि उन आइटम्स के फर्दर इंफॉर्मेशन भी होती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई नीड द वेदर स्टैटिस्टिक्स फॉर द फॉलोइंग सिटीज. यहाँ पे हम एक कॉलोन यूज कर देते हैं बिकॉज वी आर गोइंग टू इंट्रोड्यूस अ लिस्ट, बट दिस लिस्ट विल हैव इटसेल्फ फर्दर डिविजन्स. तो वहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे, सेमी कोलोन का यूज करेंगे. लाइक मुंबई इंडिया, सेमी कोलोन मुंबई सिडनी, सेमी कोलोन पेरिस फ्रांस, सेमी कोलोन पेरिस Delhi. So here in this example we require the statistics of the following cities. In the first group, Mumbai and the India as a whole. Second group, Mumbai and Sydney. In the second item, the temperature or the weather report of Mumbai and its comparison or statistical comparison with that of Sydney. In the third pair, we want the statistics of Paris and that of France, and then Paris and that of Delhi. So we have four items which they themselves have individual punctuation. तो यहाँ पर आप सब जगह कॉमा लगा नहीं सकते. अगर आपने सब जगह कॉमा लगाया तो फिर पेयर्स आप बना नहीं पाओगे. सो वी नीड सेमी कॉलन. उस एक पेयर में आप कॉमा यूज कर सकते हो. सो वी हैव 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 pair, but the pairs themselves are divided by semicolon. This is where the use of semicolon is there. We can take yet another example. My plan includes writing a book, the one on Indian politics, getting it published initially 1000 copies, sending to a review, national review. So here you look at the sentence. The plan includes many items. These items they have further individual punctuation marks. Like he plans to write a book. It has further quality, the one on Indian politics. So it is an additional information that he wants to add with this writing a book. This is one of the items of the plan. Second item of the plan is getting it published. This item has further added information, that is initially 10,000 copies, and this information is added with the help of comma. The third item of the plan is sending it to a review. This item is further complemented by additional information, that is national review. So these three items they have their individual subdivisions as well. तो जब आपके पास 3 डिफरेंट आइटम्स को ऐड करना हो, ज्वाइन करना हो और उनके इंटरनल पंक्चुएशन मार्क से ऐड की हुई इंफॉर्मेशन भी हो, तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में आप उस पूरे आइटम को सेमीकोलन से जोड़ सकते हो. इफ यू वांट टू इंट्रोड्यूस अ लिस्ट ऑफ आइटम्स विच आर नॉट फर्दर इंटरनली एडेड बाय सम अदर पंक्चुएशन मार्क्स, सो वी कैन मेयरली यूज कॉमा. लेकिन जब आपको कुछ आइटम्स की लिस्ट इंट्रोड्यूस करनी है और उस लिस्ट में और सब डिविजन्स भी हैं, तो उनको एक एक करके आप सेमीकोलन से ऐड कर सकते हो. द वन वी हैव डन इन दीज 2 सेंटेंसेस. पहले सेंटेंस में हमारे पास 4 आइटम्स थे. 4 आइटम्स फर्दर इंटरनली एक डिवाइडेड और थे जो कि आपने कॉमा से डिवाइड किए हुए थे. तो यहाँ पे सबको कॉमा से यूज करते तो पेयर बन नहीं पाते. ऐसे ही सेकंड पैराग्राफ में हिज प्लान इंक्लूड्स, जो उसके प्लान है उस प्लान में 3-4 आइटम्स हैं. उसमें एक क्या है, ही वांट्स टू राइट ए बुक एंड दिस राइटिंग अ बुक इज कॉम्प्लीमेंटेड बाय अदर इंफॉर्मेशन, द वन ऑन इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स. तो द वन ऑन इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स is additional information about the book, and this is the complete plan. Second plan, getting this book published, but this is also further complemented by the information initially 10,000 or 1000 copies, initially 1000 copies. तो ये initially 1000 copies ये उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन है जो आपने ऐड की हुई है और ये पूरा एक आइटम आपका बनाता है जो प्लान का हिस्सा है. तीसरा, सेंडिंग इट टू अ रिव्यू. The national review is further added information to this review. ये और एक तीसरा प्लान है। तो इन 3 फर्दर प्लान्स को उसने सेमीकोलन से जोड़ा है, जो कि प्लान्स में फर्दर सब डिविजन्स हैं। सो इस तरह की सिचुएशन में आप सेमीकोलन यूज कर सकते हो। नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट यूसेज ऑफ सेमीकोलन इज व्हेन वी वांट टू जॉइन 2 और मोर इंडिपेंडेंट क्लॉजेस with the help of conjunctive adverb. Independent clauses with conjunctive adverb. Conjuncting adverbs कौन से होते हैं? The adverbs which work as a conjunction in order to join two clauses. They are called conjunctive adverb. They are not coordinating conjunctions. We are talking about conjunctions which are in the form of adverb or adverbs which work as a conjunction. So we should use semicolon to join these two clauses. और वो conjunctions कौन से होते हैं? Moreover, therefore, then, finally, likewise and consequently, etc. So जब इस तरह के adverbs which work as a conjunction to join two clauses or two or more clauses, तो इनके साथ में आप semicolon भी लगा दीजिए. Therefore, then, finally, likewise, consequently. Example, I needed to go for a walk and get some fresh air. Semicolon. Also, I needed to buy bread. We are joining this clause to this first clause. And here we are using this also. Also is an adverb and here it is used to join two clauses. We are not using any other conjunction, coordinating conjunction, but we are using also an adverb which is working as a conjunction here in this sentence. Other example, I'm not at all fond of the colors. The fond of colors of tigers, tiger lilies. Semicolon. Moreover, they don't smell very good. So we are using two independent clauses. I am not at all fond of colors of tiger lilies. This is independent clause, and they don't smell very good. This is also independent clause. But we are not using a coordinating conjunction to join these two clauses. We are using this otherwise adverb. But here it is used as a conjunction. So here it is conjunctive adverb to join these two clauses. तो जब दो पैरेलल क्लॉजेस को आप जोड़ते हो और कोऑर्डिनेटिंग कंजंक्शन ना लगाना चाहो तो उसकी जगह पर आप सेमीकोलन लगाते हो, जैसा कि हमने फर्स्ट पॉइंट में बताया था, और उस जगह पर आप कोऑर्डिनेटिंग कंजंक्शन सेमीकोलन के साथ नहीं लगाओगे। लेकिन कंजंक्टिव एडवर्ब से आप जोड़ना चाहते हो तो वहां पे आपको सेमीकोलन लगाना पड़ेगा। कंजंक्टिव एडवर्ब जस्ट लाइक, फाइनली, लाइकवाइज, कॉन्सिक्वेंटली, देयरफॉर, देन, इनसे आप दो क्लॉजेस को जोड़ते हो तो अदरवाइज दे वर्क एज एन एडवर्ब. But here we are using these conjunctions to join two clauses. So here they are acting as conjunctive adverb. So यहाँ पे आप semicolon को use करोगे. So that is all for now. Hopefully you have understood some of the special uses of these punctuation marks. I have tried to explain how they are better used or exactly used in your written expressions. Moreover, I have also tried to make you understand their definition parts because these things are being asked in examinations like TGT and PGT. So stay tuned for more of such videos. We'll come back yet very soon taking yet another topic. Till then, stay tuned, keep learning, stay motivated. Like this video and share it among the deserving aspirants so that they may also get benefited. And do subscribe to the channel so that you keep receiving these videos at the earliest. Thanks for watching.